Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Tech Team Trunks channel, where today we're going to tinker and learn. Today's topic at hand is how to create a multi-boot USB flash drive with YUMI. So over here, what I have is, if you go to pendrivelinux.com, YUMI Multiboot USB Creator, you'll find the instructions and the download for how to, get your YUMI multi-boot USB. I've been working on this for a couple of days. I've been troubleshooting some issues, and I learned a couple of things. First things first, to save you the headache that I went through, you're gonna need a USB HDD and not a USB FDD. If you try to do this with a USB FDD, it's not going to boot properly. Also, I will be booting this into VMware Workstation Player using plop. So I've already downloaded this. I'm going to start the program. Bear with me a second. All right, so you'll hit it's always gonna come up like a setup, but it's not something that you would install. You'll hit I agree. You would select your drive. Now, I have my disk set up as a FAT32. I don't know. I want to try it in NTFS, but I think for the most part, I'm going to keep it FAT32 just to keep it simple. But I want to test it in FAT32. Now you have the option to view what's installed, and I have all these installed thus far. And I have some other stuff I want to install too. So you could use that function to actually remove different ISOs from this as you see necessary. Now here we have a list of some ISOs, and there are some that I don't have that are on this list that I'm interested in getting. But since I don't have a lot of these, I will be looking for it. So I'm gonna try to get Kali live disk on this. So how I would do this is I went and downloaded the Kali ISO. I would browse. As a matter of fact, I need to move that file from my downloads, and let me go to my downloads. I couldn't do that. All right, so I'm moving it from my downloads to the proper folder so that we can pick it up here. And as soon as it appears, I'm just going to select it if available. And then we would hit create. It would extract it and do all the things, all the necessary operations that it would have to do. And see if we can get a better look at this. So right now I'm at the stage where, like, this is not something that is quick, and you're gonna spend some time looking on the internet for ISOs. You're gonna be looking for the latest ISOs, and you're going to be trying to update some of the ISOs that you may have in your collection. That's what I find that I'm doing, because I'm trying to create like a workable boot disk that I could take around from machine to machine. So while that is going, not that I need it, but I'll try to see if I can find some tells. So I'm going to try that one for the VMs. Yeah, because the image, like, it's like you put. I haven't had success working with image, so I ain't gonna quite go that route. See how we're doing over here. This is gonna take a while because you're putting a big ISO on the memory stick, and it's in FAT32, so that takes a while. So I'm looking for more ISOs to install on this to make this stick much more useful for me. And that's what it's intended to be, as a useful tool that I could go and like set up on different machines and different things like that. Yeah, yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's pretty good fun. I think it's a very handy tool to have. There are other alternatives on the market that which you can get that do similar and probably cost you more money. This way is if you have a memory stick, but it's only really the cost of the memory stick that you're really dealing with. And once this process is complete, the installed software or the ISO is installed on the memory stick. So at any time you could just hit cancel, like if it's not doing any operations, and then you can, do as you wish with the memory stick. This operation is almost complete. And then it says all finished, process is complete. Now you click next. This tells you if you would like to add more distros on E. Yeah, I'm going to try to add another distro. Open that, create that, let it extract. This may take a minute. And it's the same repeat of a process. You're going to have to go and find your ISOs, and you're going to have to you know, put them in a place where you can get to them, and then you load them into your YUMI memory stick. Pretty cool. And it's a pretty easy tool to use, you know. Go next. Let's say that we do. I just want to view what we have on this disk thus far. We have quite a bit there. We have quite a bit. That's in uninstaller mode. So I'm still searching. All right, so we're gonna run VMware Workstation and take a look at what I created. Okay, so I created a special virtual machine for running these USB sticks. So what it does is it has Clock, the boot manager, installed. So I will play this virtual machine. Before I run the rest of Plot, I'm going to connect my memory, my SanDisk Cruiser, my USB stick, and then input my mouse into the computer, click USB, gonna load in, and then we're gonna take a look and see that our stuff is there. Let's see. Take a poke around in this disk and see that how it works. All right. We have a Acronis True Image, Bitdefender Rescue CD, BART Portable Image ISO, Backtrack 3, and Deft. Okay, I'm going to go back to the main menu by putting my area there, clicking enter. Let's take a look at my antivirus tools. Acronis and Simulware Scan CD. Take a look at my system tools. So I got quite a bit there. You know what I want to put on here? I want to put Gparted. That's one of my favorites. So let's see if I can find that. Let's go back to main menu. And let me shut this off. All right. So I shutted it off. Or shutted it. I turned it off. Let's see. Where did I have Gparted at? But then I happen to see something else that I want to add. Let's try to see if we could add Iron's boot CD. CD. Yeah, as a matter of fact, we have Hiron's boot CD. I don't know if it's a portable environment, but let's see what we have. Irons boot CD10, create, extracting from the ISO. But I'm also gonna look for G-parted. That's one of my favorites. All right, so it looks like that process completed. Minimize that for now. All right, so we have a couple of choices here. I'm going to download both of them. We have one for AMD and one for x86. So we're going to add those to the disk. This is going to be one awesome disk, I think. All right, so we need to simply, let me, yeah, that's one of my favorites that should be on this disk, in my opinion. I know I have tools there, so I'm going to click next. I'm going to say yes, I would like to add more ISOs. And I would simply go and say, hey, departed, browse for the ISOs. We got AMD 64. We'll put that on since that came up first. It's going to extract the ISO and all that good stuff. And this is, and the reason I'm putting both on there is because it depends on what processor I'm working with. I want to be able to, you know, put the appropriate fix or solution with the appropriate processor. So that's really all I could think of adding at the moment. I don't know what else we can add that we could run a test and take a look at it again. And see what we actually have. So I'm going to click next. I'm going to add more ISOs. Select G parted again. I'm going to put the i686 on. Going to do this process. So we'll just be patiently waiting as it completes this process. And at the end of the day, this is going to be one major memory stick, very important to have. You might want to mark it with something or keep it safe, keep it on the side, keep it as a tool that I could use to go and fix different PCs with. If somebody's having a problem with the PC, all you have to do with it is really get into the BIOS, have your memory, your USB stick handy, and select the USB device to boot from, and then you're good to go. All right, so I think that's all I have for this setup. So I'll say next, no, and it tells you, thanks for using YUMI. Your selections have been added to your USB drive. Feel free to run this tool again to add more distros. YUMI will keep track of the selections you have already added. So I'll click finish, closes the program, and then we can run a test to see what it looks like so that we know how to get around in our memory stick without using like any physical hardware right off the bat. So we test it out virtually before we do anything physical. So I'll go back to my test rig, play virtual machine, connect, disconnect from the host. Load my memory, load my USB. Let's see what's all on here. So I'm going to go through each of the menus again and just take a look at all that's on here. Okay. Some change with that menu, but that's okay. Take a look at my antivirus tools. I need more antivirus tools for sure. Take a look at some of these system tools. I have quite a bit. And see what other is. And then, I don't know. A lot of these are old. A lot of these need to be updated. And the beauty of this is that none of it's written in stone. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to like, share, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed to the channel. And what else? Stay tuned for upcoming stuff, you know. I'll be updating this USB stick, and I'll be working to get some various projects on the channel. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching and have a great day.